Porn doesn't define the respect you have for yourself, and porn doesn't define the value you have for yourself.
Fuck, got a big ass mouth. Like that.
Hey, what's poppin'? It's Miss Daya. Thanks for tuning back into my channel. I'm like looking to see if I look like a ghost right now. I'm like testing out this wig. It's my birthday hair. And I'm like trying to see how to cut it and everything. But okay, this video is gonna be about my decision to want to be a content maker, to be a porn star, how that kind of affects me, how it affects my daughter, how I told my family about it, and so on and so forth. So I decided to make a video on YouTube because it's been in my mind, obviously. Like, people have so many questions, or even if they haven't asked me, they're gonna have so many questions for me, like, why'd you do this, or, you know, it's gonna affect you in the future, blah blah blah. And I just kind of wanted to just brush out before, you know, anything actually happens. And my kid is asleep back there, so just ignore her if she wakes up. So I recently told my mom that I wanted to be a porn star. I told her maybe like the end of September, and I felt like that was kind of like the last straw for me with telling the whole world, you know, because I still had my name as Miss Daya. I still, you know, was too unsure if I should, you know, come out completely as a content / porn star. And I think that approval was what I needed to feel comfortable with doing that transition. So I told my mom, I was just like, hey, look, listen, I'm gonna be a porn star. Your daughter's gonna be a porn star. And I wanted to tell her, not because she could find out on her own, which she probably wouldn't, but I didn't want anybody else telling her, like, look, this is what your daughter is doing. Like, show her videos or pictures. Like, listen, my mom already knows, and that's between me and her. Like, I don't get why people want to do that, but they do. Like, they just want to tell your business. And listen, I got that covered. You're like, period. One thing that my mom told me is, of course, she wasn't like, yay, my daughter's gonna be a porn star. Like, no. She was more like, think about your future. You have a degree, you have a daughter. You know, think about that before you make these big jumps. Because obviously, being a porn star comes with a lot of unwanted attention, a lot of, you know, if it doesn't work out and you want to get a job, they can always look at your background, or it could hinder you, let's say, more than help if it's not done correctly, you know? So I think she was worried in that aspect. But me, I'm just like, listen, sorry, I'm getting emotional. I'm like, listen, if it don't work out and I have to figure out what I gotta do to make money, I will always be covered. Like, I'm strong, I'm smart enough, I'm strong enough to make sure I always have a backup plan. Like, never ever having one source of income is key. And I don't have one source of income right now, so. And I don't buy stupid shit. Like, I don't go shopping. I just have really good money management skills. So what she was telling me, I understood. I put it in the back of my head, and I kept moving forward. I told a lot of my family members, but the only person I did not tell is my dad, because listen, that's my dad. I ain't gonna tell him. I mean, he could easily go on YouTube and watch this video, or, you know, somebody can tell him. But that's totally okay, because he'll never ask me. He will, like, never ask me. It would bother him probably in his head, but he wouldn't, like, approach me. And so that's kind of what I like about my parents, is they just deal with things and they complain probably to themselves in their head, but I never get the backlash of it. My parents are really supportive, have a really supportive family, which I'm so grateful for. Why am I so emotional? I just feel like this video is like a coming out video. Like, I'm like really happy to be in the position that I am in, and really happy to have support like I do, because if I didn't, I came from a different background, it would be really, really hard. And I see a lot of girls struggling, like not with financial problems, but like personal problems, feeling accepted in their community and all that stuff. But me, I don't have that problem, and I'm very fortunate for that for not having that problem, because it's real. And no, I didn't start out as like an escort. I didn't start out selling my vagina. I wasn't really a stripper. So you guys are probably wondering, well, why did you want to be a porn star? Sex really started at an early age for me. No, I wasn't raped. No, I wasn't exposed to, you know, wild things, per se. I started watching porn when I was probably like in first grade. So it's really weird. Like, back then it's like the DVDs and stuff like that. So I was in elementary, my sister was in middle school at that time, and my dad worked nights and my mom worked in the day. So probably for like an hour or two, I was home by myself while my dad was coming home, my sister was going to school. In my parents' room, they had DVD player, and I went to watch movies, and there wasn't a kid-friendly movie in my DVD player and their DVD player. It was porn. And I couldn't put a name to it. I didn't know what it was, but you know, it was like, okay, like just like that. Like, I don't know what this is, but you know, I don't really know how to explain it. It was just, I was watching porn at a really early age, and I just kept it a secret, and that was that. Around like 6, 7, 8, my family is like older than me, so I was pretty much like youngest. I was never skinny, but I wasn't like super fat. But even if I was, I never had breasts. So my sister, she's 5 years older than me, she had boobs. My mom had boobs, my cousins had boobs, my favorite cousin had like boobs, and my favorite cousin knew I wanted boobs, so she would help me stuff my bra. We put water balloons in my bra, everything. Like, having my body done wasn't something that I just, you know, thought about doing because I see Instagram people doing it and it looks fun. Like, no, having my body done was something that I wanted to do as a child, that I seen it ran in my family. Like, my family, almost every person has large breasts, and I never had that. I had like A or B. So it was that, and when I was old enough to do it, I did it. And then I got my body done. My body, per se, like liposuction and a BBL, was more to fit like Instagram model criteria, because that wasn't a thing back in the day. Like, being skinny was a thing. I've always wanted to be skinny. I'm not skinny. I'm not gonna be skinny anytime soon. Getting my body done was more of a, hey, I want to look like them, than my boobs. My boobs are, hey, I want to look like me with big boobs. And it was a different time in my life. It was after I had a kid. I never wanted kids, by the way. Like, I never wanted kids. I was actually gonna get an abortion. I went to the abortion clinic, and I was just crying so much. And they were like, well, we can't give you an abortion. Your pulse is too high. And so I left, and I kept her, and there's that. So I didn't really have a plan. Of course, a 19-year-old, well, I was 18 at the time, didn't have a plan to have a kid or want a kid or anything. It just really happened, and I've been the best mom that I can be. And which ties back into her like finding out about her mom doing porn or things like that. I don't really have any comment to if I'm worried about my kid finding out years down the line that her mom used to do porn or her mom is doing porn. I really want to approach that situation as it comes, because even 5 years from now, things are going to be different. And she's only going to be 7 in 5 years. She's not going to know what I'm doing. I will talk to her at the appropriate time. And I feel like it's my personal business to let my daughter understand and know what's going on, and nobody else's. If she finds out before I tell her and she asks me questions, I'm going to be 100% honest with her, and that is okay. You have the right to know. You deserve to know. If you want to know, you can know, you know? Just like I would want to know what you are doing. So there's that. I have got backlash from wanting to do porn. My baby dad, he was like, if you do porn, I'm not fucking with you again. Which is completely okay. If you determine someone's value on what they do for work, okay, scratch that. If you determine my value for what I do for work, or how I provide food on my table, or how I provide food for my kid, you don't deserve to be in my presence. You don't. Like, if you consider a content maker, an IG person, an IG model, a porn star, any different than someone who wears a suit and tie every day and goes and works for somebody else, your opinion no longer matters to me. You have for yourself, because quite frankly, I'm priceless. But you can buy my content. But if you feel that's a way, you know, to my heart, because I do want to get married, then it's not, you know? That's showing that you're invested in me because I am a brand. But that doesn't show that you love me. That doesn't show that you want to spend time with me. Everybody has a vagina and everybody has a penis, and it's what you do with it that matters. I'm not sleeping with Jim, Joe, and John. I just don't feel like people understand the porn industry. I don't think people understand how it works, how you get bookings, testing. Like people need to get tested every 2 weeks. You don't just go have sex with random people. I mean, you can, but that's not a thing. They just don't understand. And if you don't understand and you're not willing to understand, this isn't a conversation for you. Well, this ties me into what kind of porn content maker am I? I am a self-contracted. So I'll be handling my own bookings, handling my own clients. I don't plan on working with the big brand. Like, I don't plan on working with Big Bang Bros. I don't plan on working with Pornhub. Although my videos will be on Pornhub, I'm not wanting to be filmed by them. But I'm speaking as that right now. If, you know, the offer comes across the table, I might take it. But in reality, porn stars don't make that much money. You make more money doing it yourself. And so that's kind of where I am, wanting to invest in myself and invest in my brand and make a brand for myself and make money that way. So I am meeting with a few porn stars next month in Cancun. I think this is a really good opportunity. I've been in the porn content making scene for almost 2 weeks now, 2-3 weeks now. I've made a tremendous amount of connections. There are porn stars that helped me. Shout out to Miss Snow Bunny Steph. Shout out to Mookie. They have been phenomenal to me. They have been really nice in inviting me into the porn community. Mookie, actually, it's funny because he hit me up a few months ago, 2 months ago on Instagram. And he was like, I want to shoot with you. Like, I want to pay with you, pay for you to come out here and everything. And I never had, you know, no one do that. Everybody's like, I really just want to bang you. Like, I'll fly your ticket and stuff like that. So I was like, I just gave him a price, and that was that. He was like, okay, I'll see you. I really want to shoot with you. And I didn't really understand what that meant. I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, if I go, I'll go. If I don't, I don't. And then so I got like more into it, and he's like, I'm like, hey, you're actually a porn star. He's like, yeah, like, actually. And so he's then like production with like Bang Bros. He has had bad press, but I feel like that's none of my business. You observe, you believe, and you express what you want to. I don't judge anybody. I have not worked with him. I have not met him. I've only talked to him online, and towards me, he is very sweet. He's very nice, and he's very helpful. He gave me a free subscription to his OnlyFans to help me get started. He's like, this is what you need to do. You need more content. You need this. He like took his time. I appreciate him. So go check out his videos because they're the stuff. And Snow Bunny, she's helped me a lot. She's actually one of the people that I'm going to Cancun with. I found her, or we found each other on YouTube, and I hit her up on Instagram because I was like, I didn't know what she was doing, you know? Like, what is a content maker, you know? Like, if you are a random ass person trying to figure out the game, like thinking about going in this, and you're just like getting thrown these terms, you're just like, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. So I inboxed her on Instagram and was like, hey, yada yada yada. We talked about YouTube, and then I followed her on Snapchat, and then she followed me back. And obviously Snapchat is like whole personal life, so she like posts her life and like her porn and stuff, and we intertwined, and then we actually talked. She's a sweet girl. She's so sweet. She's so helpful. She's so dedicated. She's a hardworking person, and she's been through a lot. So I really appreciate her, and I'm really thankful that I had the opportunity to to talk to her and to get advice from her. And she's younger than me, and it's like, thank you. Like, she's super sweet, and she just tells me like, people don't like her, and I see that a lot in the community, but people just don't give her a chance because she's so cool. She like retweeted my stuff on Twitter, which she has a large following, and at that time, well, I still don't have a large following, but I probably had like 200 followers. She would like retweet my stuff, like favorite my stuff, which helped me get, you know, OnlyFans and followers. So I invited her to my Cancun trip. She is going, so I'm really excited to meet her in person. I'm really excited to make videos with her. I've never done girl on girl content. I'm not into girls, you know, but I'll always try something. But we're planning on making YouTube videos, vlogging, and having fun because it's her first trip. So I'm really excited to go check out her videos. She has a really popular video on Pornhub with King Nazir. We call him NASCAR. So they have really popular videos, so go stream it, go buy it. I watched it for the first time today. I'd watch it again. And another person who's really helped me is Pretty Lay. She is also a content maker, and she does have a Pornhub. She also will be joining us in our Cancun trip, which I'm really excited about because she is super funny. She's retweeted my stuff too. I have her number. We talk, we FaceTime. We're not like close or anything, but we're going on a trip together, and we never met. So go check out her videos and her OnlyFans. Her OnlyFans is I think like $3-4. Go support her. She's lit. Make sure before you judge anybody, you understand their background and you understand them as a person, because don't think that just because somebody is doing an easy job that looks like to you, isn't affecting them in their personal life. Because let me tell you, the few weeks that I've been doing this, it's not easy. It's not easy getting clients. It's not our fans. It's not easy drawing people's attention, because there's thousands of other girls doing the same thing that you are doing. So what makes you different? And people don't understand that. It's just like starting a business. What makes you different? So please just take that in consideration. Also, the last thing I'm gonna say is, like I said, I'm starting a brand, Camila Taylor. I have a domain, camilataylor.com. I'll be having such cute accessories, such cute like clothing for girls. I'll have calendars for you men. I'll have it's really cute stuff, and I am looking for brand ambassadors. So if you feel like you would be a really good asset to me and you believe in me, let me know, and I'll definitely get back to you. What else? Also, I am here to not only promote sex, but I'm here to change people's lives. Like, I'm here to change these girls' lives, these young girls. Like, it's weird because I've always wanted to be like a motivational speaker. So it's really weird that I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm gonna be a porn star, but I want to motivate, influence young people. I don't want to motivate and influence them to be content porn stars. I want to influence them to be who they want to be, because that will last longer and that will get them through what they are going through. Sometimes people put a mask on because they want to please people in their community. They want to please their family, and they're not happy. At the end of the day, it's how you go to sleep, and at the beginning of the day, it's how you wake up. Are you satisfied with yourself? Of course, everybody needs improvement. You make goals, you make plans. That's what I'm doing. I don't have a house, you know. I'm making car payments. I want my car to be paid off, and I want to be living in a house, you know. So when I go to sleep and I wake up, I'm determined, but I am happy with myself, because I know that is my end goal. And I wouldn't have got here if I was not true to myself. So that's kind of what message I want to bring across to my daughter, to other little girls, to just anybody who seems to just be struggling. I just encourage you to please yourself, because literally, once you are happy, people will see that and people will believe in whatever you believe in. I can literally sit here and say I am a queen, and if I believe that, everybody is going to believe it. I've tested it. I've done things, so I know. It only matters what you think about yourself. You can't change other people's minds, but you can change yours. And again, that is the message that I want to bring across people. That is the message with my brand, with my camilataylor.com. That and then eventually I want to have a foundation, because this is not my first business. It's not my second business. But it will be my second successful business, because I know this one will go far, because I believe in it. So all my links below are going to be down below. November is probably going to be my first month that I have a Pornhub video, but you can check out all my content on onlyfans.com /camilataylor, and my Instagram. And yeah, so thanks for tuning in. It's probably like 5 o'clock now. So if you watch this whole thing, thank you so much, and I love you. If you have any more questions, like, let me know in the comments. And yeah, have a good day.